Well, look what we've got here, the all-new Toyota CHR. Yes, it's back, but this time electrified.
So the CHR, if you're not aware, originally started out as a Scion. Remember the Scion youthful brand that Toyota had? It was adopted by Toyota and it had an edgy kind of shape to it. Well, they've still kept that kind of edgy look. Now they've just made it a pure electric vehicle. And what are people asking for with electric vehicles? Something small and affordable, right?
Yes, an entry-level electric vehicle. And I think that Toyota, it was a smart idea to bring this CHR back in as an electric vehicle. It's all going to be about price point, isn't it? What is this going to have a starting price point of? It's going to have a couple trims. In Canada, you're going to have the option of a front-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive option. In the US, standard all-wheel drive.
And you know what? Because it's small and it has the availability of a front-wheel drive option, most people will probably buy the all-wheel drive. Yeah. The range is really good. Do you think of the BZ platform and they're using it on this smaller vehicle? It's definitely going to be something that gets good mileage. So let's get into that.
The CHR has a 74.7 kilowatt hour battery and will have a combined 338 horsepower and up to 465 kilometers, 290 miles of range. Front wheel drive models in Canada will have up to 500 kilometers of range and 221 horsepower. Toyota says 0 to 60 times for the all-wheel drive model is coming in at 5 seconds.
It will come equipped with a pretty impressive 11 kilowatt onboard charger and the North American charging system port. So with a DC fast charger, you can expect the CHR to charge from 10 to 80% in about 30 minutes. It comes with a battery preconditioning function, which will bring the battery to optimal temperature for DC fast charging in colder climates. So this is the top trim. It's the XSE and it's in Tandoori. That's what they're calling this color, kind of a bronzy red. Couple of signature items from the original CHR gas model they've kept and carried over into this electrified version is around the back door. You might remember there was a high hidden door handle here in the ABC pillar and it's still there. Now, this is a clever look, and the reason why they do it is they want to give the vehicle a coupe-like silhouette. You can see that with the flyback, and also just two door handles for the front doors. That's why they do the hidden door handle. My issue is if you're a little kid and you're trying to get in, that's a bit of a reach. Good thing I'm not that height. So that's what it looks like on the outside, leaning into the original CHR edgy design, but updated with an electrified version. Wheel sizes are 18 inches, or you can opt for the larger 20-inch wheels that we have on this model. All right, here's something that's good. See that? Power liftgate. All trims get that. That's pretty good. Okay, because this is an electric vehicle, there is no temporary spare tire. These partitions can move out of the way so you can get even more space. The official number is 25.4 cubic feet of space behind the back, but you see the rake here of the hatch. You're not going to get tall items in. It really is paying tribute to the original CHR.
There are definitely some design elements from other Toyota models in the CHR interior. I would say the big one that stands out that reminds me of the BZ4X or BZ4X is this steering wheel. And the way that the digital driver display is positioned, I've never thought much about it in the way of really enjoying the look of it, but I get the appeal because the visibility of it is quite good. I'm happy with these seats. It's a combination of faux suede and soft text. Now this is the top trim and that is what it comes standard with. You also have an 8-way power driver's seat and you've got a powered passenger seat on the top trim with a height adjustment. Always nice to see a height adjustment. As I mentioned before, I think this model is really going to come down to pricing. What does it start at and how affordable is it going to be for consumers? Another design element that reminds me of Lexus is the 14-inch touchscreen. And it comes standard with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The screen is also standard on this model. I like that they've gone with knobs and buttons. You have a volume knob and then you have larger ones that we've seen in other Toyota models for climate control. Heated seats, easy to access, heated steering wheel. Both of those features are standard on the CHR. So it's easy to do your climate control as well as figure out your radio and what you want to listen to. This is always nice to see, to have dual wireless chargers. And then I'm not sure how I feel quite yet about the dial at the center console for park, reverse, drive, but I suppose with anything, it's something that you would get used to. The dual cup holders, and then there's some good storage as well in the door pockets. You could put 2 large bottles. I like that the center console is very clean. There's a floating center console, and this is all lined under here. It's not just hard plastic. Toyota's gone with a nice mix of materials. This is soft, and yet it has a nice texture to it and a display piece that will be easy to keep clean. This is also soft touch materials. I like the light gray. It really makes it feel a little bit airier. This is a fixed panoramic sunroof, but it does have a shade. Now, this is a feature that you can get on the top trim in a package, and that package includes the panoramic sunroof, the JBL sound system, and heated rear seats. This comes standard with a 6-speaker audio system, which we also see on other Toyota models. I've noticed on the top trim that there's driver's seat memory and there's 2 settings, so that is nice to have. But I find that getting in and out of this vehicle is quite easy. It doesn't sit too low to the ground, which I think people will really like. It's a nice subcompact EV. Other standard features include a 6-way manual passenger seat, heated front seats, and a heated steering wheel. Moving up to this higher trim, that's where you're going to get the 8-way power passenger seat, a rear view digital mirror, and a panoramic view monitor.
The benefit to an EV platform, of course, is that you have a perfectly flat floor because the battery's running under here. So this is in the subcompact space, and it doesn't have a ton of legroom in the back. The seats are comfortable though. Andrew's right. This material is really quite nice. Let's see if it has an armrest. There you go. We have 2 USB ports in the back, USB-C ports. So I would say it's comfortable. Now, the biggest criticism, I just remember this because I looked out the window. Biggest criticism of the old CHR was the side windows were really quite narrow and the overall feel of the interior was claustrophobic. I would say this is better. It still has quite a small window. They've gone with an extra window here at the back, so that's beneficial. I would say, yeah, it's an improvement over the old one when it comes to outward visibility and space. So that's our first look at the all-new Toyota CHR full electric vehicle. By the way, we're here with Toyota for a cavalcade of cars. Over the next few days, there's going to be many more videos coming out on the latest products from Toyota. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, and then you'll get notified when it all drops.
This sporty design, I think, is going to really resonate in a good way with consumers, especially the fact that it's a subcompact electric vehicle.
But how much? How much?
That's it, how much? You can expect it to arrive in 2026, and pricing will be announced closer to the on-sale date.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe.